Hey everyone, this is my answers to the he said, she said questions. I'm just going to go down in order. The first one, describe your first date and your first impressions of Sangeeta. First date was really memorable. We went to get Thai food. Well, I guess it depends on what you define as first date. The one where she knew it was a date was we got Thai food and then we went to the beach, and it was really fun and unique, something we hadn't done before. And then I guess the first date that she didn't think at the time it was a date was we ate at Kava, and that was it. And we made plans for a second date on the way to the first date. So that was our first date. I think Kava was fun. I remember we just, were catching up on a winter break and stuff. It was a good time. My first impression of Sangeeta was, of course, before we started dating. I was sitting, so we were rushing a pre-law fraternity called Cappy. We were at Rush, and it was the second night. There's 3 nights to attend. It was professional night, and so I was wearing a suit. She was wearing, I don't think she was wearing a suit, but I remember looking at her and being like, whoa, like she's really pretty, beautiful, but I don't know, you never really want to be weird, so you just treat her normally, but I remember looking at her and being like, whoa, like, she just kind of took my breath away, and then I remember hoping that she makes it and I make it so that I get to know her better, because I remember thinking that I hadn't seen her around. So that was probably, I felt like my only chance to get to know her, and we both ended up making it into the frat. But, yeah, that was my first impressions. Where's our first kiss? It was on our first date. The one that we both knew about. We were on the beach, and, I just leaned over. What's the most romantic thing you've done? I think it would be, aside from asking her to marry me, I think it would be this time before she moved to Chicago from New York City. It was early mid-July, like right before my birthday, and she had come. At that point, we had the apartment, but she wasn't going to move in until the end of July. Nonetheless, I told her to come to the new apartment from the airport when she took her Uber. And I had like a little breakfast picnic set up. It's kind of a way to be excited and to start our or to get a sneak peek into what our lives would be once we moved in together. Because the idea is once we moved in, we were never going to move out, and I was just really excited about that. So, yeah, I would say maybe that breakfast picnic. It just seemed really momentous. We think about it fondly. It was like a blanket on the floor with some rose petals and stuff spread around. Sangeeta's biggest pet peeve is something weird that I do. I sometimes like to chew on ice. I don't know how else to explain it, but I like the feeling of something cold in my mouth. And so before I go to bed, sometimes I will get a cup full of ice, and I will chew on it. And she hates the sound that it makes when I chew on my ice. So, that's her biggest pet peeve, for sure. But she deals with it because she loves me.